How long you think that silly living gonna last you? And where you see yourself in like 5 years? Time fly, you not dealing with light years. Need a bright idea that'll take me out of here, but misery want my company, and I ask it what it want from me. My focus, it'll eat up any ambition like locusts. I can never see myself being on that
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This episode is sponsored by Kurdjian Shop, and this is my sample shopping series. For new subscribers, this is basically where a website called Kurdjian Shop sends me a bunch of fragrances every month, and every week I look at 4 or 5 of those fragrances. They run the gamut from discontinued to vintage gems to niche fragrances to designer fragrances to cheapies. A lot of variety, and Kurdjian Shop is the best place online to buy decants. As I said, all different styles of perfume and cologne, all different price points. The cheapest place on the web to get your decants, and you can use my coupon code MAX12, which will save you 12% off your entire order. You can also trade in or sell bottles you have that you're not using to the store for credit or cash, and you can also get your own decanting supplies as well from there. And I can't tell you what a great idea it is just to get like 5 or 10 empty bottles and fill them up with some of your favorite fragrances and carry them around with you. And just remember, you're going to use my coupon code MAX12 to get 12% off your entire order. So we have 4 fragrances to look at today. We're going to start off this week with a fragrance from the house of Etienne called Number 1 Intense. Now, Adriana sent me one from this house called Clear Day for Men, and I didn't really love it. I thought it was an okay, sort of clean and fresh aquatic, but nothing to go crazy about. Now, this one was a 2013 release from the house. Your notes on this are citrus at the top, cinnamon and amber in the middle, and oud, vetiver, and patchouli in the base. This can be found online, 100 ml of it for about $50 to $60. I believe that Beauty Encounter currently stocks this one. And for me, this one is okay. It's called Intense, and I would hate to see a fragrance that they did called Laid Back, because it's just not that intense at all. I haven't been impressed by this house. You know, the 2 I've got to look at so far, I won't buy either of them. I'm missing the oud or cinnamon. You know, to me, this is a little bit of amber, some vetiver, and a citrus note, maybe some fleeting incense, but this is a bland release, and to me, as I said, there's just nothing intense about this one, so it is not a winner. Next up, we're taking a look at another fragrance from the house of By Kilian, and this one is called In the City of Sin. Now, we looked at Sweet Redemption a few weeks ago. I wasn't a huge fan of Sweet Redemption. My next By Kilian purchase is definitely going to be Intoxicated, and then Apple Brandy, unless something else from the house comes out and just blows me away. This one is from their Garden of Good and Evil collection. Those are the fragrances that come in the white bottles with the white snake clutch boxes, and this one came out in 2012 with notes of bergamot, pink pepper, and cardamom at the top, apricot, plum, rose, and incense in the middle. How good does that middle sound? And cedar and patchouli in the base. Khalees Becker did this one, and your regular By Kilian pricing is going to apply. And this one's pretty. You know, I get a lot of cardamom and spice. I get some fruit. That apricot and plum is there. Definitely like a stone fruit vibe to this scent. It's really well done. It's pretty well blended. Don't know if I would purchase this. You know, it's possible, but the next By Kilian I'm getting is far and away Intoxicated. If I were to get one from the Good and Evil collection, so far this one has been my favorite from that collection, so I'll say that about it. Next up, we're looking at one from the house of Comme de Garçons. This one is called Amazingreen. Now, Adriana has sent me so many scents from this house. I haven't found one that I like so far from the one she sent me. I own Girl by Pharrell. It's a nice, safe scent. I think my next pickup from this house will probably be Black, which is a beautiful birch tar fragrance. And Amazingreen came out in 2012. Parfumé was Jean-Christophe Hérault. I'm not very familiar with his work. Top notes here are palm tree leaves, green pepper, dew mist, and jungle leaves. sensing a green theme here. Middle notes are ivy leaves, orris root, coriander seeds, and silax. And in the base, you're going to get gunpowder accord, vetiver, smoke, and white musk. Now, in New York, you can purchase this line from Barney's, Age de Venustus, or Dover Street Market. Online, you can get these from Lucky Scent or Beauty Habit, and a 50 ml of Amazingreen is $103. A 100 ml is $131. So, you know, call me crazy, but I expected an Amazingreen fragrance here. And I definitely get the green, but I don't really get the amazing. It's not a potent green. You know, for me, one of the greenest scents I've ever smelled is Halston's 112 on the cheapy side and the niche side. When I think of green, I sort of think of Neo by Xerjoff. I think this is a pretty boring, generic aquatic. It does sort of smell like leaves and like palm leaves. I've never been able to say a Comme des Garçons scent is boring before now, but this one is pretty boring to me, and certainly not worth that price tag. Look, you're not going to smell bad wearing this. To me, it's just not worth the money though. So we're going to close this week out with one from the house of Maison Francis Kurdjian. This one is called Amyris Pour Homme. Now, very recently, I bought their men's coffret collection, which gives you actually 11 ml bottles, of 8 of their top men's fragrances, and I'm going to be doing a full review of that set in 2015. So far, this one, Amyris, is probably my favorite from the Maison Francis Kurdjian collection. I love this. There's a female version and a men's version, and we're talking about the men's. The men's came out in 2012. The Parfumé was obviously Maison Francis Kurdjian. And notes on this, listen to these notes, guys. Rosemary and mandarin orange at the top. Okay. The middle. Amyris, coconut, coffee, iris, and milk chocolate. And in the base, we've got oud and tonka bean. Now, for those of you who don't know, Amyris is a flower. Basically, you can buy a 75 ml of this for $175, or you can get a 1 ounce travel spray set for $90. There are no shortage of spots that sell this house. Bergdorf in New York City, Oswald, and online, Lucky Scent and Neiman Marcus. Now, I pretty much have at least decants of almost every Maison Francis Kurdjian scent for men. I'm missing a few of their ouds, I think, but I know this house pretty freaking well. And to me, this is the best of the bunch. I like this better than Pluriel or their oud or Aqua Universalis Forte. This one is awesome. It's really well blended, but the oud and chocolate stand out. It's regal. It's classy, it's different, it's bold, it projects well, it's a great men's fragrance. You know, maybe my favorite from Francis Kurdjian, and you know, I'm a big fan of Le Mans and Narciso Rodriguez for him and Dior Homme, so I like his work, and this one is probably my favorite. It's hard for me to explain this one because sorry about that. There's nothing else like it. You just have to give it a try. But yeah, this one is really, really good. Definitely check this out. So if I'm ranking these, obviously Amyris is far and away number 1, and I might buy a bottle when my decant runs out, but I think that'll probably be a while. My second would probably be the By Kilian, which I think is a little too feminine for me. My third would be Amazingreen, but there's nothing amazing about it. And my fourth would be the Etienne. So that is this week's episode. Next week, we're going to be taking a look at 4 more scents. One from the house of Eccentric Molecules. Really excited for that one. Another from the house of Comme des Garçons. Let's see if they can redeem themselves. Another from the house of By Kilian. And one from the house of Tommy Bahama. So a great variety for you guys in this haul, and certainly next week. I hope you enjoy these shows, and you can let me know you're enjoying them by just going to decantshop.com and using that coupon code. I'll see you again real soon. I'm Maximilian. I must know.
You always have a choice.
1 2 1 2. Turn my mic up a little bit.